Okay, I did enjoy a little bit of the backstory of Jason Momoa's character.
He's the one that I felt that actually had some character.
Exactly, but until it kind of went the other way. Because the problem is, what I don't like about this film is, why is he going back to the real world? Why doesn't he just stay at Minecraft?
Well, it's because there was like a lesson pretty much, and it was mainly meant for Steve. Because it's more like running away from the real world if he stays, you know, versus I'm going back to the real world and seeing what I could change, which is like that's why the kid went back. He's like, I'm gonna bring my creativity to the real world.
See, that's what I was hoping it would have taken the risk to have both. Like one of them goes like, you know what, like Jason Momoa's character, that world is probably not meant for me, and I probably, you know, I probably gave everything that I had. Maybe you could change it a lot better than I ever could, and probably he stays behind.
I thought he was gonna stay too.
Yeah, that's why I thought so too, because I'm like, there's no reason for him to go back there.
There isn't.
Like, really. And to be honest, all their conclusions came up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, self-defense, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah,
Where did that came out of nowhere?
Like, you're fighting... Yeah, I know. That
and then every one of them are, like, developing a game. I was like, oh, I could understand Henry a little bit, because he's probably could get an idea, but to be honest, he never talked about video games. Just maybe one time when he saw the video game store. And that was out of nowhere too.
Yeah.
It's like some of these moments I just saw that was just coming out of nowhere. Like left field. But yeah, either way, it's just ridiculous. So what do you thought at the beginning half?
Well, I didn't like the first really 20, maybe 15 minutes really. Well, definitely the introduction with Steve. At least how he was talking about Minecraft and stuff like that. I was like, I did not like that. I'm like,
oh no, yeah.
Yeah, like the first 15 minutes, it's literally just Steve talking and how he got to the point where he was. If you watch the trailer, you know that he's a kid and then he gets a 9-to-5 job at a desk job. Then he remembers the mines, goes to the mines, or he jukes the mine guy.
So, and that's another problem why I don't understand why you left too. I was like, you don't like the real world. Why are you going back to that?
I don't know. I mean, exactly.
So that's the problem with the messaging with this film. Yeah. I just don't get it. And that's what I was expecting, because I keep thinking like other films are doing it way better. And I'm like, that messaging was 10 times way better than this one. Yeah. This one is just stuff that I don't even really understand.
Even like the family dynamic thing wasn't even that good with the brother and sister.
Oh, don't get me started with their acting.
So we when after pretty much Steve gets he finds the Nether and opens the Nether and goes in. He gets captured with this dog, which was pretty dumb. But what ends up happening is the dog escapes and runs to the real world, hides it under his bed, which is like, what the fuck. But I guess like I don't even know how long he was trapped for, but I guess his house got sold and then became one of those storage wars. Like it was random. It was
random, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, that leads up to what's his name? Garbage Man?
Yeah, Garbage Man, and basically how he is, you know, he was a champion of, what was it, like a 1989
game or something?
Game?
Yeah.
That doesn't even exist.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, what?
He has his own store that's going under. But anyways, he's trying to make money. Apparently there's this rare Atari. There's no Atari in there, and it's Steve's cube. I forgot what it was called.
It's just a cube that I don't really remember.
Which, yeah, I don't think I don't
think it's in the games unless it was.
Yeah, I know. I don't think it was, but I mean, there's something with that cube, I think. I just don't remember what exactly. I think it has to do with the Ender world.
Oh, yeah.
I think. But yeah, you know, he takes his L, he took the cube, drives the car, his car breaks down.
That was funny.
Yeah, and then this is where we get the well, he's like slapping his car and shit like that.
It was funny because it was making noises like, like he doesn't know what to do.
Yeah.
So this is kind of funny because it feels like this is like a man-child that never
it is.
Which is funny. And he doesn't know what he's doing. He's just trying to act cool, but in reality, he's actually a loser, which is funny to me.
Yeah, it is funny, which I think, I mean, he's the funniest character in the film for sure.
What was the other one that was a funny moment to you? Like, basically the sister part?
Yeah, that
like, you're like, I'm a way better sister than you are for me.
Yeah.
He's like, right? She's like, what?
And it sucks because I heard in the behind the scenes that he like was yelling at the people that work for him. So like,
really?
Yeah.
Jason Momoa?
Yeah. Apparently, one of the YouTubers who got brought into this film or something like that. I don't know who it was, but she said that during on the set, he was yelling at like 2 people because they gave him the wrong thing or something like that.
The wrong thing.
Yeah, like you could look it up too. And then she was like, I don't want to be a part of this stuff anymore. She's like, that is not cool. She's like, I wouldn't want to be working like this. That's what she said.
Damn.
Yeah, so so he's probably a dick in real life, probably.
Probably. So.
But yeah, she was like, there should have been no reason for him to be screaming at them like that.
Yeah, I agree. If that's really true.
Yeah, well, even regardless, I don't think anyone should be getting yelled at their job.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Like, I don't think there's any excuse for that.
Yeah.
But anyways, going back to what I was saying, we get the introduction of the kids, your favorite duo. I guess their mom passed away.
And I guess she has guardian, even though she looks really young.
Dude, I thought she was like 16.
I thought so too. I thought she was super young. I thought she was at least 15.
No, like I was like, what do you mean she's getting a job? You know, I was very confused.
Did you see that, like, the suit of hers, like, basically barely fit? And I was like, you sure you're trying to not force a suit on a younger lady? But she just looks really young.
Yeah, she does.
How old is she? Because if she's 16, it would be really...
No.
But no, she's 23 years old.
Yeah, she's young. But
Yeah.
she looked young.
Like, she looked really young in
Yeah,
this film. So,
yeah.
yeah, I'm kind of shocked by that. So, she's looking good. Besides that, yeah, that is kind of really interesting how they kind of did that approach. I was looking at it. I was like, there's no way she could be like that.
Yeah, I was like, all right. But makes sense, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. You know, obviously after when they're trying, because I guess they were moving to this brand new building because after their mother, I guess, died, right?
Yeah.
And obviously, I guess it
So
feels like they didn't feel
yeah.
the impact of it.
No, I know, for real. The kid was just working on his drawings. Kudos, I guess, for the sister because she is trying to step up and stuff like that. She's moving in where her mom wanted to move into, a certain house. The retail lady, the real estate lady.
Yeah.
Which is the other character in this
Another
film.
character that shouldn't be here, to be honest.
Yeah, and
Pointless.
really a forethought, as well as Natalie's character are pretty
Yeah.
much a forethought. But she's more of a very forethought character, a character in the background. But she's introduced. They get to the house. She tells them, like, you know, you're doing a great thing for the little brother and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it skips like to the morning the next day. She made some tater tot stuff, which we learn is gonna be in Minecraft world.
Really? It's gonna be Minecraft?
Well, like, what do you mean he was using the gun?
Tater tot pizza or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess she was gonna have him go to first day of school, take that thing. He takes it and goes, but where he ends up going is to the video game store.
It's kind of random. It's just...
Oh, that's what I know. It's random.
Yeah, it's just like it's skipping. I guess I understand that it's trying to skip to the good parts already, which I kind of appreciate that. But you're kind of missing on the points of actually having real character development. We should have at least understand where they're coming from, at least what exactly like their issues are having. Maybe the brother's having harder times to actually befriend friends.
Yeah.
Or maybe he didn't have friends to begin with back in his older house, and maybe the sister had to take on more responsibilities. Like, I gotta find this job, like I gotta impress these people, or else I get fired. And to be honest, there's nothing of that. It's just morally like, all right, we gotta do this. We already have the script. She has a job at a CEO thing.
Yeah, well, like those. It's because they made these characters and they don't really care about them. That's why.
Exactly.
That's what I meant with like the problem with the script.
Yeah.
Is like these characters don't really matter except Steve's character
And just
Henry and Garbage Man.
Exactly, and this is why I keep going. Like, this is why that hurts the film, and this is why we.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because you could have probably had that film without the 2 girls, pretty much. Unfortunately, it's just they didn't write the script well for them.
It feels like they took some things out.
Yeah. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe. But anyways, this is where he learns his new mentor, Garbage Man, in a way.
Yeah, because apparently when he comes in, he looks at this lovely cube that he was just kind of wondering, like, what the hell is this? It looks kind of nice and shiny. I did love some of the jokes that he was putting out. He's like, look, I'm going to, like Jason Momoa's character, like, I'm going to open up a class and you could be my first student for $50 an hour.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right. I love how he's trying to make money as fast as he can, even though, you know, it's probably not going to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just one of those unique stuff that I definitely loved. It's just like you said, his character is probably the best in the film.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah. And obviously, when he got that, they saw a letter in there that they're just basically starting to read from it. It's like, whatever you do, don't put the cube in that glass container, right? And they do it anyway.
Yeah.
And apparently, I guess something started to happen. Like, basically, it started to be like a beacon or something.
Yeah, it became like a beacon that they ended up following it, which who knows how far it was.
Yeah.
Because it skips to Natalie's character, who's freaking out over where the hell they is. So she called the real estate lady.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, you could track them like this. They found out they're going to the mines, and they go to the mines. I did use the restroom in this part, so I don't know what happened.
Oh, yeah. So basically, when they were going into the building or to the mines where they used to, that's where they saw the portal going to the Minecraft world. And this is the part where basically it's starting to pull on Henry, and everybody started to hold on and legitimately went into the world of Minecraft.
Oh, that's how they got in there?
That's how they got in there. And obviously when something, when it fell, it got activated, the cube. And that's how the boss lady basically found out that the cube is filing back into the real world. Okay. And I don't know if you saw that. Basically, she understood that and went, for some reason, Steve, who knows everything, basically, who has like all the equipment known to man, all of a sudden he's captured. Is Steve really the most powerful being in
he's already been captured.
Yeah.
But
he's been like a free couple of times, I guess. And I guess for some reason the boss pig trust him to go get the cube back.
But I mean, we learned that she was going to use Dennis as the ransom, even though she didn't have the dog.
Yeah,
she just had the collar.
I know, just a collar, and I'm just like, really? You could have just sent your pigmen anyway out there and then make Steve somehow escape? I think it would have been a lot better.
Yeah, that would have made more sense.
Yeah, exactly.
That didn't make sense.
It didn't. It just felt like it was just like you have control over Steve for some reason. And I did like it. That's at least what I'm going to try to defend Steve is, he's like, how do I know that you have... Dennis is like, is that something you're willing to try or like bet on? Yeah. So he's like, all right, fine, I'll go get him, or go get the cube for you.
Yeah.
But it's like it wouldn't even matter because it'll end the world.
Yeah.
So, but he probably had a plan. I had no idea. But other than that, this is the part where he basically goes out there. They send him free, and this is the part where this is when Jason Momoa saw a pink sheep. And he thought it was going to lead him to gold.
Oh, yeah. He was trying,
like a quest. And this is the part where he's just like communicating with her. See, this is the parts where it works. Because I love it how he's just like, like I understand what he's talking about. And the lady who is Dawn, who has more communication with animals, saying, he's like, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. He's like, shush, I'm talking to the quest giver.
Yeah.
And
it turned
instantly dark, which I do appreciate because that's what the game does.
Yeah,
easily. And this is the part where you start hearing some, night stuff like the skeletons, the zombies, the jockeys, and basically they start attacking them. I didn't know that they had bows and arrows with magic, I think.
Yeah, enchanted items.
Oh, enchanted items. That's what.
I think that was added after you stopped playing.
Oh, okay.
I
forgot about that. Yeah, I was like wondering. I was like, how did they got that?
It's like powerful stuff added in the game, which it was cool that they showed that stuff.
Yeah, so it's like one of those things that I'm not too familiar with, but at least that people might see it.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of Easter eggs in this game. Some I didn't obviously understand.
Yeah.
Because I haven't played the game in a few years now.
Oh, yeah, trust me. Me neither. But after that, they start running away, and you see Henry is the one who discovered what the world actually brings. Basically, buildings. Basically, he runs into a tree somehow and instantly knew what to do.
Yeah, he broke it. He saw a little square and picked it up.
If I remember correctly, it takes a couple of punches to punch a tree. If I remember correctly.
Well, when he punched the second one, it took like 3 punches.
Exactly. So I'm just like, okay, maybe there is, maybe Minecraft changed since the last time I played it.
No.
So at least you have a little bit more of an update than I do. So I'm like, maybe bumping into something lightly will happen.
Not a thing, yeah.
Yeah, so after that, it looks like he knew what to do and he started building. Because that's what he likes to do. He likes to basically start making things. And I guess it kind of makes sense because he wants to be like a rocket scientist, but never went through that route anyway.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, it's just like, okay.
Yeah, but he built like a little wooden fortress.
Yeah, which I was like, nice, I guess. But he understood the assignment right away.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, and I did like where Jason Momoa kind of ended up because he fell basically into like a mine hole.
He fell into a mine hole, which that happens a lot in the game.
Yeah, and I think it made sense that he would start hitting everything just to escape from the skeletons, and it makes sense.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised that you see, I don't know, at least crystals or diamonds there or gold.
So it was above him.
Oh, it was above him? I didn't see it.
If you looked at it, it was I think it was diamonds.
So I didn't know that was diamonds or not. I was actually kind of curious if there was actually some in there. What happened after that? He managed to escape. He managed to go up there. But sadly, there was basically, what do you call those? A creeper.
Oh, yeah, when he gets up.
Yeah, and basically it exploded on him. He didn't die or anything. And basically he doesn't get injured or anything, or he doesn't feel like he's dying. He just managed to get up and runs away. And gets the cube. And what happened after that, boy?
He got it shot. It got shot by the arrow, so it broke. He runs tries to get into the fort. They have to break because he didn't make a door. They have to break the door down or make a hole in the wall. Then they brought him in. Then they sealed it back up and they ran upstairs. And this is where Steve comes in. Your boy Steve.
Oh, yeah. Steve comes in there like a boss, and he managed to handle at least 15 skeletons. But he says he was 20. But I like it because they were kind of competing with each other. Steve and freaking the Garbage Man.
Yeah, that was a joke. I love the majority of the film, they're like that.
Yeah, because I love it when they interact together, and I think they're trying to create a good bond and it worked.
Yeah,
this is the stuff that worked and went to
their chemistry worked in this film.
Oh, instantly. And obviously, Steve, doesn't look anything like the character. No, do you think he did a good job here, though?
Not as Steve.
Yeah, just like a different character.
Just a different character.
Yeah, like Jack Black, but.
Yeah, I mean, it's Jack Black, So.
Yeah, so he's loud, he's funny, kids are gonna draw him towards him, so it makes sense.
Charismatic, so.
Yeah, there you go.
So, anyways, he fights the zombies, it turns day. He's been there for a while, so he knows how long it takes. This is where they make the deal.
Oh, yeah. Like, basically, he needs a cube to go save Dennis, and they have no idea who the frick Dennis is.
Yeah.
Like, who is Dennis?
Yeah, he doesn't even say anything yet.
Yeah, especially since, Natalie and Dawn meets Dennis, and they don't know who Dennis was.
Yeah. Well,
the only ones he told was Henry and Jason Momoa's character, the Garbage Man. Remember, he sounded like, tell us what's going on. Who is this pig boss? Who is this?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, they have no idea who is Dennis. That's why I'm keeping the scores low. Because this plot doesn't make sense. And I keep thinking they remove a lot of stuff out of the film.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Pay attention. Okay, see, that's why I gotta take my critic brain down. Because obviously it is a movie that you enjoy. Your movie shut down.
Yeah, well, again, they disappear for a hot minute.
Oh, exactly.
What happens after? Oh yeah, they make a deal.
Yeah, they make a deal and they actually go to this. What was it? This chicken farm?
No, they go to one of his villages that he helped make.
Yeah, what was that? Chicken farm village?
I don't remember, but this is where he makes chicken lava.
Oh yeah,
it was supposed to be a comedic scene.
And he did one of those best musics ever.
Oh,
chicken lava.
Yeah, it was something like that. I don't even remember the lyrics.
It was chicken lava.
It was something like that.
And this is the part where Jason Momoa is like, because Steve took a bite and he couldn't handle it. Yeah, you see Jason Momoa, he's like, I could handle it. It's like, it's lava. You know what lava is? He's like, whatever, chump. You just see smoke coming out of there.
His nose.
And his nose and everything. And he's, Steve was impressed. He was like, you know what? You're cool.
Yeah. Starts crying.
Yeah, started tearing up and everything. Yeah. It's hilarious. And obviously it goes back to the boss lady. Basically, she goes, Steve betrayed us. I knew, and I'm just like, of course, what would happen?
This is where she sends in the general.
The general is hilarious.
This general. Yeah. He was actually really funny.
And it's funny because it kind of mentions I went there with Steve before and tried his chicken lava. Yeah. Because even he sang it. Yeah. I'm like, shut up. Please just continue the story. Just do it. And they did. Yeah. So luckily it was just a little rhythm and they managed to do that. So, and they gave them this, and then this is the part where I got confused because I'm like, because she gave them, because the piglins, because I don't understand the lore very much. I guess the pigs turn into zombies exposed to sunlight, right?
Yeah, it's something like that, yeah.
Yeah, see, I have no idea about that.
I don't think so. That was weird because when I started playing, I mean, mind you, I played on the 360 for that, but I think they would turn on fire originally, or they would just not.
Yeah.
But I think they did end up changing like one of the updates where they change.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, there's just a lot of Minecraft lore.
Exactly. We're not going to keep up. We're old farts. So that's what we're trying to say.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we're not going to keep up. And we're just trying to go like what we off from our memory.
But she gives them a potion that I guess will keep them normal.
And I'm like, why didn't you do that in the beginning? Yeah. You trust the pig guards and everything. That should have been your first choice.
Exactly.
And it would have been better if Steve, found out and he would escape. I'm trying to turn this off, but this is why I gave the score that it is. But obviously, after when they managed to escape or managed to go into the real world where they're fully armored, they have the equipment. They have, what do you call that balloon thing? I know it's a really big thing in Minecraft.
Oh, it's a gas. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Those things are annoying as fuck.
Yeah, I remember. If I recall.
But yeah, I guess they use them differently, kind of Mad Max style with the drumming and stuff like that.
Yeah, and this is the part where they're getting equipment, they're getting stuff, they got their parachutes, they're crafting. That's when you know Steve is prepared, he knows what he's doing. Yeah. And you kind of understand the world of Minecraft.
Yeah. The two girls find the map. Dawn and Natalie find the map.
Yeah, they're going to go find the map.
Well, yeah, they found the map, but then she went to go get Natalie, and then I guess Dawn says something about Henry where he gets mad and walks away.
Oh yeah.
And then she's like, "Don't worry about him. Let's just get this map." And they go to the map, and when they go to the map, they're just like trying to talk with the guys they don't understand, and then that's when they get raided.
And this is the part where basically we also missed the part where Jason Momoa made a deal with Jack Black. It's like,
oh yeah, you're right.
If you want the Q back and you want to see your boy,
I need diamonds.
And I need it now. He's like, you little.
Yeah.
But he's like, fine. We'll have to go to the mines.
Yeah.
And I'm like, can you just dig down and get lucky?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, it's harder to find diamond Zuzus now.
Yeah, see, so I have no idea. So I guess he has a stash full of it.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So obviously when they finally got raided, they start running around, and obviously the only ones who basically are ready to fight, because the villagers are pacifists, was the golem. One golem.
Yeah, Iron Golem.
Yeah, and he barely did anything.
Yeah.
He looked cool, but he didn't do anything.
All he did was take the general down.
Yeah, I was like, all right, that's fine. I'll give you that one. And obviously, the only ones who got to have basically an action scene was Dawn and basically Natalie.
Yeah. This is where she learned her self-defense, brother.
It was dumb.
Yeah, I know. But anyways, they do their fighting. They get split off with Jack Black's crew and hers.
Yeah, let's go to Natalie's real quick. It just basically they just try to fight or try to escape, and they go to this. They try to make their own boat, but it sucked because they try to get the guy who has the map, I guess.
Yeah, and he just laughed at them. He went,
and basically, they just never talked about that.
Yeah,
again.
And then they just walked off.
Yeah.
So most of from this point on, it's mainly just going to be Jack Black and Henry and Garbage Man. So they do show up one more scene, but it's gonna be. I think they're just walking out in the woods. Yeah, they're walking in the woods and then
killing all the zombies, skeletons.
Like
that's
nothing,
when they meet Dawn or
Dennis.
Yeah, and they know exactly who Dennis is.
Yeah, she just randomly finds a bone and then hands it to the dog.
And why did the dog all of a sudden turn evil?
I saw that. I noticed that too.
Yeah. Do you know that? Or did they do that? For a long time? I thought they still become your owner until...
Yeah, that's what I thought. I don't know.
See, it's somebody who's expert in Minecraft, or a person who's still in here that we're actually kind of shitting on it still here.
Yeah.
Like, is this a thing in the game?
Please let us know.
Yeah, exactly. I have no idea. We're farts. We gotta know our stuff, but we don't really. So yeah, basically it just doesn't make any sense. I don't know what they did after that. I guess they figure it out.
Yeah, or somehow.
And but obviously they managed to go to the mines. This is the part where it still is interesting.
Yeah.
I love it because he's like, you better give me the cube. It's like, not after when I get my diamond. And obviously we go back to the boss lady, and she's like, talking to the general, you failed, so I'm going to send this big-ass pig ogre.
Yeah, so they kill the general.
Yeah, I was like, oh, damn it.
I was like, damn, yeah, I felt bad, too. I was like, that sucks.
And he managed to track them down in the mines. And this is the part where Henry was like, I'm really upset at you. We could have just, left a long time ago and meet up with everybody else, but you chose money, diamonds. And this is the part he's like, yeah, I don't care. Like, I'm not upset, because he didn't care. He's like, I'm here for the money. I'm getting my diamonds, and I'm gonna go back to the real world and pay off my debt. But they have no idea.
Yeah.
And I used to see Steve right there. He's like, you're a cold-blooded man. And basically, and you start hearing the monster. He's like, no, she did it. She put a brain into the ogre pig.
Yeah.
He's like, we got to get out of here. And this is the part where it's like, at least I remember the train track, but I forgot how the fuel,
Oh, I don't know. It's just something with redstone, but it took them, it did, I think, like a U-turn into his creeper farm that we learned. And he's like, why would you have that?
Oh, yeah.
Which is very
idiot would have this.
Yeah.
And he's just like,
yeah, quiet. So he had to push him. And then the ogre came in. They did manage to get on the redstone and got launched all the way over there.
Yeah.
That ogre died because all those creeper exploded.
Oh, yeah.
This is where they crash into this place. Now, this place, I have no idea who those people are. I actually have an idea who they are. Yeah. Because in the last time I played Minecraft or something, those guys I think could raid the village.
Oh, when you're talking about when they're starting to go into this village?
No, it's like the house thing where they get the cube piece.
Oh.
That those guys, they look like villagers.
Yeah.
I don't really know who they are, but I know that there's like a thing where they get attacked. The villagers, the regular villagers, get attacked by them.
Oh.
And like you have to defend them. It was like a new thing.
Okay, so we have no idea. Yeah, I was kind of intrigued with that. I was like, who are these guys?
Yeah, that's who I think they were.
They do mention them a little bit, but we just didn't understand really well, at least for me.
Yeah, I might have to watch a video on those, on like the lore.
Or like the updates and stuff.
Yeah,
exactly. It's just one of those things that I just kind of curious because it looks like they have a lot of collections, what they hoard from the villagers, what they found. Because apparently there's, what do you call that? Like the one that it's what has the port, like the little ball of teleportation.
Yeah, Ender Pearl.
The Ender Pearl. There was one Ender there, and I was like, do they work with each other, or he just shows up?
Well, and the thing with Enderman, they can show up anywhere they want.
Yeah,
they could just teleport anywhere, unless if he was guarding the area. But he probably just teleported there.
He just teleported and just having a fight with them.
Which Henry? Or something. Yeah.
And it was kind of a bad fight. I was
just. It was because it was like the Endermen are large.
Yeah, and this is the part where I'm just like losing me. You're losing me because this is the part where it shows in the trailer where basically they're captured, and then all of a sudden Jack Black is like, "You're gonna have to fight to survive. You're gonna fight a chicken jockey."
Yeah,
and everybody clapped, and I was just like, "God damn it!" So one other person was like, like a little bit in the back. Yeah, he like, I guess he was a big fan, so I could understand that. No. So I was just like, okay, you having your moment, you're probably, loving this. And I agree, good for you. But I was just like, I checked out at this point because it was just really bad because obviously the fight wasn't good. Jason Momoa was getting his butt kicked. I think he could have destroyed the little thing a long time ago.
Jack Black had to save him.
Yeah, Jack Black has to save him, like with the headbutt, and the things just started crying.
Yeah, it just cried, and then the kid, after he killed the Enderman and found the thing, he just dug down right above them and fell down.
Exactly.
And then they're like, "You got it? Cool." Then they ran out. Like, no problem.
Exactly. And it's just like, oh, okay, whatever.
Yeah. And then, like, they literally, as soon as they got out at the bridge,
immediately the pig army shows up.
Yeah.
And obviously the pig boss as well. I was like, didn't you just send your minions to do this? But I guess, whatever. She had a backup plan of having her to go get the thing herself.
Yeah.
And after when she was declaring, like, it's my victory, I got what I needed because she managed to get the cube from the boy.
Yeah, just took it with her staff.
Exactly. And then while she's explaining, like, the world is going to be mine and it's going to destroy it. And, oh, by the way, that pig ogre, I got another one.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay. All right, whatever. You don't have anything else to show me? Fine. I thought this is the part where they're going to introduce the Ender Dragon, but I guess they didn't.
No, I'm glad they didn't.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But that's what I thought because, it's a member berry thing. Yeah, so I was expecting that.
They were expecting this to make money, and they were right.
Yeah, exactly.
But she's like, go kill them. Like, they're stuck.
Yeah. Well, she could have done herself.
Yeah, she could have done herself, but she just flew away. She's going to go get it done. Instead of just throwing the TNT at them, they're walking up to them with the TNT.
Did they change the TNT?
No.
Okay.
That I know of.
A stupid, supposedly fake death scenario always happens, and I knew he was fine.
Exactly. These movies always do that.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like, it's safe. They always do something stupid like this. But yeah, Jack Black and the kid hop on one of those gas guys, and Jason was like, "I can't jump" or whatever. He's like, "You're gonna have to take care of him."
It's like, wait, what?
Yeah,
you could have jumped, and they're moving so slow.
Yeah,
you could have escaped.
But instead, he fights off a couple of them, and then it explodes.
Yeah, just like, and I guess he managed to capture one of the flying bubble things.
Somehow. Oh well, he fell. And then he uses the water bucket trick. But even then, it's like,
yeah, it was just
like how did he get one of those things?
Exactly. I
guess. Yeah.
Yeah. So they managed to escape. They fell off, and I guess they're in a home that is a mushroom home.
Yeah. And who found them?
Yeah, it's the two ladies.
Yeah, that we haven't seen in a hot minute.
Yeah, and apparently
Dennis too.
Yeah. Dennis too is like, and the funny thing is, you see the kid crying, and I guess Natalia crying too. Try to cry.
Yeah, it wasn't the best.
It wasn't the best. It's like, I miss him. Yeah.
Like,
I'm like,
okay.
You guys barely know each other.
Yeah, I know.
Even Jack Black is just like, he would have loved this.
Yeah.
Moving on. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he would do.
So they start prepping. They go, I think, to a different town. I think. Yeah.
Yeah, because this is the part when they start seeing the mobilization. Like, basically, everything turned dark. Now the pig army could go through. And I guess the pig army is going to be working with the skeletons and the zombies instead of fighting each other.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, and I was just like, I guess. And then after this, they had to and then Henry figure out how to deal with them because he's the one doing the planning. He's like, we're going to build all these. I guess Henry knows what to do.
Yeah, he like, take the lead. But he built all that. He built all the iron golems.
Yeah.
Even though Steve's been there for like 20 years.
At least I got my money's work instead of Snow White, where there was a battle, actually.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
So at least I have that more entertaining than that.
Yeah, at least there was a few battles.
There we go. The score went up again.
Yeah.
So there it is. There's my D-. So, yeah. So basically, at least we got that, and it was more interesting than the other films. And it was... it's just a normal, typical, better fight than most. It was something. And this is, I guess, Steve was going to go after the pig, the queen pig, or whatever. The witch.
Yeah.
And obviously, he came out with this badass diamond armor, fully decked out. And I did like it because he tried slicing her, but...
Yeah, he missed.
He missed. And obviously, she broke his diamond armor. I was like, I thought those things were strong.
They were strong, but I guess she had a powerful staff.
Yeah, I guess so. So she managed to fight him off while they're battling out. The golems started to fight, and obviously one of the ogres. I like this at least. They're like showing off the fight.
Yeah, the ogre and the iron golem.
Yeah, and this is when Henry had to go out with her sister to go legitimately get the square.
He used the ender portal to teleport up there.
Yeah, and he managed to get it, and this is when everything was falling apart from the witch's plan, and obviously every one of them turned into zombies.
Yeah.
Instead of burning, the only ones who burned were the skeletons in this.
Everyone else turned into zombies.
Exactly. And this is the part, I guess she was getting weaker. The funny thing is I thought those two other piglets would have turned zombified.
Yeah, they didn't turn zombies.
They didn't. I don't know why they showed it.
I was like, why didn't you take the potion too?
I would have questioned it, would have questioned it less if they weren't showing the kids getting brutally murdered by her. But for some reason, they're the exception. So you managed to kill the other kids, and for some reason you don't want to kill those two kids? Okay.
That was weird.
Yeah, it was weird because they were just staring at her while she was dying. And I was like, all right, whatever. So basically, after that, boy, what exactly happened? Nice little joke.
Yeah, the knife joke. This is where, literally... I mean, it was funny. It was a chuckle at least. But she was like, come closer to Steve. Come closer. Tries to stab him. Fucking blocks it.
Like, you sure you don't have a knife under there?
Yeah. Again?
And all right.
He's like, no, I'm done.
Like, come here. Yeah. Come closer to, because this is something very important that's only described to you only. It was funny.
Yeah, that was funny. I actually did enjoy that.
Yeah, and I forgot that how Jason Momoa came in, that he managed to come in.
He saved the kid, of course.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I was done at that point.
Yeah, I was like, okay, wrap it up.
Yeah, please do. And this is the most pointless part because after that she disappeared or she turned to a zombie.
She turned into a zombie, but she like passed out.
Oh, okay. So it didn't matter. I'm pretty sure she'll come back as a zombie form.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, for the second film.
Yeah.
And this is the part where it was like, we did it! Congratulations!
Mm-hmm.
And obviously they go like, all right, time for you guys to go home. Everybody said, even Jason Momoa is like, why don't you come with us? He's like, nah, I think I'll stay here. I still got more things to build. You know, this world is awesome. Why would I ever want to leave this and go back to the real world where my 9 to 5 is waiting for me?
Yeah, basically.
And I'm just like, but then for some reason, in the last moment, he's like, nah, I'm going back.
Yeah.
I was like, what are you doing? I was expecting the other way around. I would expect Jason Momoa to stay.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, you know what? I'm not alone here. I'm actually here with my best friend. Because that's what he technically wanted.
I really thought that was going to happen.
Yeah.
But the end, Steve goes in there, leaves the Minecraft with the Overlord.
Yeah.
They called the new store the Overlord. But yeah, I guess they made a video game together.
And a lot of setbacks. I was just like,
yeah, I guess, you know, everybody.
There's glitches.
Everybody is living a happier life. She got a new job. He's making the game.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
So if you can't see these problems, I don't know what to say.
A lot of problems.
There is a lot of problems that we pointed out here. So basically, yes, you know, it was. Oh, I forgot to mention what happened in the end of credits.
We are introduced by Player 2.
Player 2? Who is it?
Alex.
Do you know who Alex is?
The redhead.
And, you know, basically, she was there she's supposed to be with Steve for the longest time. But for some reason, they introduced that character because they're trying to say, maybe we'll make a Minecraft 2.
And now they will.
Exactly. It will. So it ended. And basically, people actually did clap in the theater.
Yeah, I was surprised about that.
It's a joke at this point, but maybe I'm seeing something different. But yeah, it's not my favorite film thus far. It's one of those films that I think it's just like one of those guilty pleasure ones. Yeah, and that was it. So I'm pretty sure for the future of Minecraft is going to be very, very more expanded on. I'm pretty sure there's going to be more because the world is so big. Why would they give it up? Why wouldn't they make a Minecraft 2?
Yeah, they could probably make 3.
Exactly. Maybe 4, 5, 6 if they wanted to.
There's a lot they could do.
Yeah, I could see a trilogy out of this for sure.
There's Minecraft Dungeons, Legends, which have their own things.
Yeah, and they could team up with other YouTubers to actually create this.
Yeah.
So I don't see a problem. Remember, Minecraft, did really good things for the community.
Yeah.
So maybe it's just something to give the players something to hold on to, I guess. Well, thank you guys for listening, and we will see you guys on the next movie review. Later.